references are okay. I just heard that. So, and we'll also be able to share that via the website. So, this is a very important workshop because we know that apprenticeship is something that we believe will help our ECE and education sector by providing pipelines for the future workforce with courses and jobs and really clear pathways. And the last thing I'll say is we're anticipating so much funding coming this year and next year that we will have many jobs available, and we have to prepare folks starting 5 years ago. So everyone on this Zoom, hurry up and finish. And we hope you go into early childhood. We hope you go into education. We want you to be a teacher of any kind. And thank you for being here. And I'll leave it to Tracy to take it away.
Great. Thank you, Kathy. Well, first we wanted to ask everybody to introduce yourself in the chat, just maybe your name and what age you're interested in working with and what college you go to now, if you go to community college. So we'd love to see that. And when we're going to take turns presenting, so we'll be responding to the questions we can respond to in the chat. And then we're going to save the chat questions and we'll follow up via email, a group email as well. So this workshop is Becoming an Early Childhood Apprentice. What is an apprentice anyways? So we are going to have Joya, Tina, and I are all going to present about different programs in the Bay that are apprenticeship programs that are at different stages of beginning. And we're all really excited and passionate about this work. So we're just really excited that you're here. So one thing is that I feel like we all share this belief that it's so important to ground in our purpose and the why of what we do. So for those of you who came to the keynote, the speakers talked a lot about our purpose and coming back to why we do it and that fire that feeds our teaching and our part of what I love about teaching is that I'm never going to master it, right? I'm constantly going to get better and I get to learn more about myself as a person and as a teacher. And I need inspiration along the way, and I need community to help keep me accountable and keep me going. And Joya and Tina and I and Kathy, we are a community around the apprenticeship. We're forming community so that way we can support each other and hold each other accountable. So we're going to share this very short, inspiring video that helps ground us, and we hope it helps ground you too. So. So I hope you like that video. It gives me chills every time. I've seen it a lot of times, but I'm not going to play it for you again though. Let me see how I get back to the slideshow. Okay, so we are, so I'm just going to do a little overview before we jump into the different presentations. So these apprenticeships are earn and learn pathways to teaching. And so they could be in early childhood, TK to 12, and or special education. You get paid expenses. Your expenses are paid for work-based requirements like industry certifications, such as paying for your permit fees or getting your fingerprints paid for when you're getting your job because you will be working as an apprentice. So we also pay for coursework for folks who don't have access to the like Free City or something like that. We also provide supports on both sides. So the employer provides supports in the form of a mentor, and then the college provides support. So each college and each community college is going to be different in terms of which kind of supports they provide, but there might be a community of practice, courses might be cohorted, and there might be technological, like people might get laptops or tablets, something like that. So each program is going to be different. You will earn a living wage while you're in school. So it's about working at your job and then also taking classes and getting permits and or degrees. Being part of a supportive community, we help people connect with resources like embedded tutoring, things like that. And really the purpose is to change the world for our children and ourselves. And it's just, it's a really aligned and rewarding path to be a teacher. So we're so glad you're on this journey with us. And I think I am now going to turn it over to Joya.
Great, thank you so much, Tracy. And it's so wonderful to see all of you on this Zoom today with us. And I am Joya Chavrin from Berkeley City College. And Berkeley City College's Education Teacher Preparation Program mission is to create exceptional teachers, high quality teacher preparation pipeline that really is responsive. Thank you, Tracy. Responsive to the fact that it begins before college. We want our high schoolers to really think about if this is a field they may want to go into. So we understand we have a critical workforce crisis. We understand that we want high quality teachers. So we've had the opportunity to partner with the YMCA, our industry partner, local, to develop an apprenticeship program that is responsive to our Head Start teachers, early Head Start, CTE, transitional kindergarten, whatever you're thinking about working as a teacher to create change, we're looking at a pathway that allows you to get units that lead to a degree. And then along with that, get paid at each completion point. That's the key here. You're gonna get a degree, but also get paid starting hopefully in your junior year of high school. That's where we really target our pipeline. Tracy, you could go to the next slide. And feels like I'm rushing a bit, but I want to leave time at the end for you to ask questions from all of us, and then we'll have an opportunity for breakout rooms to even ask detailed questions about our program. So our program benefits in partnership with our employer partner and our sector intermediary, and we could talk a little bit about that if you guys have questions, is to ensure, Tracy, if you can keep clicking.
Sorry.
I apologize, no problem. For my visual learners out there, you can watch us too as we teach the workshop. It's important for you to see what this is all about. As a student, we know it is important that you are fully supported to ensure your success. And so this program provides on-the-job training as well as support services that you express based on your needs, or that we have available to you, as Tracy indicated, depending on which program you're in. But ours provides the tuition, the textbook, the laptops. We have embedded tutors. We have instructors that look like me and you, that are diverse, that really value who you are. If you went to the keynote earlier, it's hard work to be a teacher, but it's even harder to be a teacher through a social justice context. And that's what this is about. This is about really ensuring that you're supported and that you have a pathway in a community, as Tracy talked about, that ensures you not only get through your classes, but you have a job at the end, and that you're creating change and you're doing things that you enjoy in working with children. And even though we do serve early childhood, we're also looking at, there's a critical teacher shortage in CTE and STEM, and our program really targets from the beginning all the way up to 12th grade. So we have two pathways, and we'll talk about that. You can keep going, Tracy. I'll try to hurry. Again, we're just quick slides. You're going to get a copy of these slides. We're pasting them inside the chat so that you can just see more about our program. Through our employer partnerships, we have job readiness support, our soft skills, what it takes to actually be an employee. And then we really look critically at the quality of the curriculum. And what's really great is that what you do in the classroom with children, you get to talk about it in your courses. So you're really literally connecting your theory to practice, which is wonderful, because it makes the discussions even richer and livelier, and a joy to experience as a faculty member and a witness to it. So keep going. Thank you. So our Careers with Children and Family is intentionally designed to be interdisciplinary, because we want teachers, but we want great teachers, and we want it to be a good fit for you. So it may not necessarily be that you want to work with young children, but maybe you want to be, eventually a pediatrician or a social worker or a nurse, or, something along the lines as a parent educator. So our high school program starts with courses that transfer anywhere you want. Community college, UC, CSU, private colleges. You'll get a 12-unit certificate that stacks to an AA degree that transfers on to a 4-year degree. You will be able to get an assistant and associate teacher permit along the way, and that is industry recognized. And then you'll be able to be registered as an apprentice through our sector intermediary, which the name is ESAPS, as you can see in the logo. And again, along the way, you'll have a person you could talk with who's a counselor to ensure that what you decide to do as far as your career and academic goals are supported. But you'll also be able to have on-the-job training experience to decide, hey, is this really what I want to do or not? When that's the best thing to figure out before you actually transfer off to college. And like some of us have student loans, but luckily this is free. So if we can go on, Tracy. You were almost done with BCCs. Uh-oh. So this is our school. I don't know how we got there, which is fine. Okay. I think it's clicking on the link of the school readiness certificate. So when you get the PowerPoint, you'll be able to click to our website to learn more, but we don't have to do it today because of our time limitation. So basically, we just want you to be successful. Our program is designed for you not to fail. We want you to commit. We want you to complete your assignments, your homework, to speak if there's any struggles. And we also mandate tutoring if you're earning a C. We don't want C's, we want A's. Okay, we'll take a B, but we do want you to do well. So that's why we have these integrated support. So all you need to do is commit that you will share, and you could keep going, Tracy. We're being recorded. This is great. So you will receive 12 units, and 216 hours of coursework is what that equates to, because we are an official related supplemental instruction provider. So we actually provide the curriculum coursework for our apprentice sector, and we can get into the details later when we go into breakout rooms. But you'll get the units, and you'll also get the on-the-job training experiences through our partnerships. And keep going. One more. Uh-oh, that's okay. Or maybe, I don't know if I know how to click it, but okay. And then the last thing is you'll be in a small cohort, a small community. And what's great with that is you have a community of what Tracy talked about to keep you motivated to complete and to get one more, Tracy. I didn't realize it was going, and you'll make money. So next slide, and we'll have one more minute. You'll celebrate your success. This is one of our graduating class, right? After, right when COVID hit. This was the summer before, March, and they completed their on-the-job training experiences and had a chance. And this is at our local high school. And what's wonderful is many of them have already transferred on to college, and many of the colleges do have lab schools on site, and they're able to continue. At least 2 of them I've heard from that are still going. So that's the great thing about this. It's an on-ramp to a viable career that allows you to get your degree, money, and training experiences. Yes, that was summer of 2019, when we were all together without masks. Keep going, Tracy. And that's our teacher, Dr. Henneman. One more. And then for more information, this will be in the slide as well. You can just scan it. And then there's one last slide with my contact information. Again, apologies, this feels a little rushed, but I'm gonna be here until the end, and we'll have breakout sessions. You can ask specific questions then. But again, wonderful to meet you all. And my next wonderful co-presenter, kick us off.
All right, that's my cue. We can go to the next slide. Hi, everyone. I'm Tina Watts. I'm from Skyline College, which is one of the 3 colleges of the San Mateo County Community College District. And I'm going to talk about our apprenticeship program from a different lens than the one that Joya just talked about. But basically the same components. And it's interesting how the slides are popping up. Always surprises in presentations, right? So sometimes this is how it feels when you want to be a teacher. You're like, what path do I take? You hear about credentials, you hear about permits, you hear about the things that you need to do in terms of coursework and experience. And it can be really confusing, even for those of us who work in the field. So really the apprenticeship is there to help you make some of those decisions in a more organized fashion and to provide you paid employment while you're going to school. So we can go to the next slide. Perfect. So I chose the image of word clouds because I feel like this is what college can offer everyone. And sometimes it feels jumbled like that, even from somebody who works within a district and has worked there for a while. Sometimes it feels like, well, there's so many things going on. And so I came to apprenticeships because I was looking for ways to scaffold the learning of students in my lab program, right? So we have students who've never worked with kids. We have students who have experience. We have students who we want to train to be advanced level practitioners. And I wanted to find a pathway to help support them. And so apprenticeship really offers that pathway. It really streamlines the things that we can offer you. So for example, are you college ready? Can we help you with your CCC apply? We provide admission support. There's financial aid assistance. We don't charge tuition and fees. So there's lots of resources that the apprenticeship pathway can help you to just get engaged with the college system and then understand how those systems can really help support you to be successful. So I really love Joy's example of no fail because we have looked at it from our perspective and said, hey, how can we make this easier for students to be successful, regardless of what your final outcome in terms of a teaching pathway. Slide, please. So, you know, the first component really is classes. So we want students to go through our program and graduate with an associate degree for transfer because that's the terminal point for us. But it's really the launching point for you into some other options in terms of education. And so we've thought very mindfully about the general education courses we want to put you in. We've thought very mindfully about the sequence of early child education courses we put you in. So we scaffold your learning as you're understanding different concepts. And then we actually support you in the same ways that Joya talked about with embedded tutors and with retention specialists and folks who are going to help you, a success team that's going to help you navigate the ups and downs of the courses that you take and wanting you to be successful, not only in ECE, but also in general education, because we know that's what makes good teachers on the end of that program. We can go to the next slide. We also put you in a paid position. One of the things that I see in my work is that oftentimes students are taking classes, but they're not working, or they're working in a field that's not related to their classes. And one of the things with teachers, like Tracy had mentioned in the beginning, we're always learning, we're always improving, we never master anything because things are always changing. And the way that we learn those things is through contextualized learning, right? So you have your coursework, and then you have your coursework as it applies to a learning space, your learning space, and that of young children in a classroom or early learning setting. And so with an apprenticeship, that is a key component, that you are placed in a paid position while you are taking these classes. And of course, there are benchmarks, whether it's a permit or whether it's skill sets, where we increase your wages because you have increased your skills and you've increased your job readiness, and we want to reward you for that. We also want to prepare you for going into long-term community jobs and careers. Next slide. So also professional development. So not only are you learning in an academic setting, you're learning in an early learning setting, and we're helping to support you to do professional development. So we are trying, at least in San Mateo County, to tie the work that you're doing with other systems that exist in our county, whether it's the Quality Counts California, the Quality Rating Improvement System, whether it's stipends for coursework or for ongoing training and development in teacher quality and program quality components. We're going to support you to tie all those pieces together too. So you're getting the classes, you're getting work, and you're getting all of the benefits that come from being part of a professional community. And then the next slide. And So how do we do that, right? I didn't put the link in, sorry, I have to update that, but I can give it to you in the breakout room. But really, if you're interested in the apprenticeship program, the one that's going to be offered through the San Mateo County Community College District, you want to be talking to me. We're just about to launch our pilot and to see how that goes and get feedback from students. And then we're looking to have our full program launched in the fall of 2022. And this would be the time that we're recruiting new students. We're looking at some point building out a fully online program, as well as, you know, an on-ground face-to-face or hybrid program, depending on how the rest of this year and the year following that goes. But the idea is now is the time to be thinking about who to connect with, whether it's a local apprenticeship where you are somewhere in California, or if it's one of the programs that we're talking about today. We're really looking to launch this. And again, like Kathleen said in the beginning, we have lots of money coming our way, and we want to make sure that we are sharing that wealth with you all through these systems that we're creating to help support you to become a teacher. And I think the last slide. Oh, I like this quote because I am committed to this field for various reasons, but one of the things that I really enjoy doing in my work, and I think is important, is about teacher quality and about raising the not only expectations of ourselves as early learning professionals, but that of the families that we work with. I think by doing something like an apprenticeship, for me, that is helping you navigate systems that I've already mastered, and you don't have to do that work because I've done it for you. So I want to provide an apprenticeship pathway, which helps you navigate the systems more smoothly, get to a better paying job faster, get to degrees faster, and therefore having your own social capital and wealth faster than some of us who have been in the field for decades. And so I really like this quote: "We rise by lifting others." Apprenticeship for me is the way that I help lift you up. I think that's it for me.
Thank you.
And I'll pass it on to Tracy.
Okay. Thank you to both of you. It's really fun to present with you. So we have at City College, I'm going to tell you a little bit about the story of this. I've been teaching at City College for about 17 years, and about probably 15 years ago, Kathy was our chair, Kathy White, who spoke at the beginning. And we started talking about what we kept hearing from students, which was, I need to understand more about working with kids with special needs. And we were hearing that, and we were, actually, I think Stephen might've been the chair, but I ended up working with Kathy on the project. But so we were hearing that from the community, and students were asking for coursework. Families from Support for Families of Children with Disabilities were saying, hey, we need teachers who better understand our kids. And we decided to create a special education program. And so we have a number of courses that are 1-unit courses, like on learning differences or ADHD or early autism or sensory processing disorder. And then we have our 3-unit classes. And this has been something that's always important to me, but it's become more and more a passion. The more I learn about special education, the more I want it to be integrated into everything we do as teachers, because I believe that we all have special needs as humans, and it's on a continuum. And I really believe that if we teach the kids that are identified with special needs well, we'll teach everyone well. And so especially the kids from historically underestimated communities. So that's part of the passion that drives me in this work. And we started meeting, Kathy and I brought together a team of people about 5 years ago, and we started meeting and talking about this with folks at San Francisco Unified. So ours is a partnership between City College and San Francisco Unified. And let's see, we were, the other part of our story is we were set to launch with dual enrollment high school students in San Francisco in 2019, but then COVID hit. So then we just started this year. So it's a supportive and intensive pathway for educators. It starts with an early childhood assistant teaching or a special education position in SFUSD. And then you have opportunities in early childhood to move up the ladder as you earn your permits, which I think Joya and Tina talked about. So you'll earn different permits along the way. So we have built-in supports and advising, mentoring from an experienced paraprofessional in San Francisco Unified, and everything stacks up to an AST degree and a certificate of achievement in special education. So you end up with skills that are applicable every day in your work. So we really, in terms of our mission, we want to recruit and support teachers who reflect the diversity of our students and families. We want to support people getting through the kind of what Tina was talking about, is getting through more quickly and efficiently, while focusing on teacher quality and having teachers who really understand our kids and who get the support that they need to thrive. Because you might know that we have a crisis once people get into the teaching field. We lose a lot of teachers the first 5 years in TK to 12 and special education. And we think that if people had the right training from the beginning and the right supports, we will have better retention. And that's what we want. We want to retain the talented, committed people that come into our field. So I think I've said most of this. So for our program, it's also a 3-year program, and it really takes that long if you're going to work and take classes, and it is intensive. So in our unified district, you can work 3 hours a day for 3 years, basically, and work summers, or 3.5 to 8 hours a day, and you can earn your hours more quickly. So it's 2,000 hours. And you have up to 3 years. You could finish early. So if people come in with some of the coursework, they can finish the coursework and then finish the hours and finish early. And we want to support everyone. So we want to support people who are brand new in high school, who are dual enrollment students, or even not dual enrollment students. And we want to support people who are partway through their education program and getting ready to transfer. So we have academic counseling right now, and we have professional advising about permits and supports. So this is what it looks like in terms of our semesters, the way it's, and there might be some small changes, but this is essentially the way we have it structured. And you can see that that you build up. So you have assistant teacher permit, associate teacher permit, you have some certificates that you earn at City College. You earn the certificate of achievement in special education and early intervention the 3rd semester, then your teacher permit, then your AST degree. And then as an optional add-on, our district also needs people with the site supervisor permit, especially. And for people that want to get the master teacher permit, it's just 2 more units. So we do have some other options because people could decide that they want to transfer to a credential program. And we have really strong relationships with San Francisco State's. They have a number of different programs. They have an integrated BA credential program. They have a combined credential master's program. They have special education programs. And we also have strong relationships with USF, and if you work in the district, you have to actually get a 40% discount on your tuition at University of San Francisco. So we're going to be connecting people when they're ready to people that we know at the credential programs who are going to be really excited to welcome you into those programs. And they are really excited about partnering with us. So this is a little bit more about the fine print for our program. We just have one employer right now, so it's a little bit more. Sometimes some apprentices have many employers. It kind of depends on each one. So you also become part of the union, which is a really good benefit. The union is why San Francisco Unified has pretty good wages, and it's why the benefits are good and strong. And yeah. All right, so applying, you'll get this slideshow. So there's a link to the application, and then I would interview you, and then you have to apply for the position. And I'm providing a lot of support for folks as they apply, because there's a lot of steps at the district, and I can talk more about that in our breakout room. Yeah, I think that's it for me. This is a little bit more of the same information that I said. So I think that with that, do you think we're ready for breakout rooms? Yeah.
Yeah, I think we could do that.
All right, cool. Let me stop sharing. And let's see. I don't think we'll record the breakout room. So I think I'll stop the recording. Does that sound right?
Yeah, I'm not sure that you can record them anyways. I think once we go to breakout rooms, it'll just record the main space.
Okay, the main room, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So